Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Weekly, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and we have an amazing show like we always do with amazing guests. She is the former ACW Women's Champion, PPW Diamond Division Champion. You can catch her on Major League Wrestling. Please welcome Aria Blake.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So I was just put on to Major League Wrestling. Like I've heard of it, but I didn't know that it was a weekly thing. It was on YouTube, and it's amazing. Actually, better than Impact. I don't know. It's a good right thing, but more wrestling for people to watch, nonetheless. But you were red. Everything that I've seen on Google, Instagram, also you're red, and now you're blonde. So is there a reason for the change? Let's get into the hair stuff first.
Okay, so I'm naturally blonde, and I have had red hair I had it for 3 years.
Okay.
And I loved it, but the damage that my hair amassed over time and just maintaining it was very hard. And just when I was doing my roots, and I was just F it, and just went further down, and it was bad. It was a mess. And I tried my best. I now have a hairstylist, and she's the best person ever. But yeah, I just missed my blonde, and it works better for what I'm doing now. And my mom was very happy that I went back to blonde.
I could see that. So let's kind of get into it. So you've been wrestling since 2015. What kind of got you into wrestling?
I have been a fan since 2008, yeah. And I one of the first matches I saw was a women's match. It was Maria as the guest ref, and then Maurice versus Michelle McCool for the Divas title on SmackDown. Wow. And I was like, whoa, girls can do this. I love it. I knew right then. I was like, that's it. That's what I want to do. And
nice.
I became obsessed, watched the crap out of it. I would beg my mom for the $50 pay-per-views at the time, go to events when they came to Tampa. And I just I still went to school, but the whole time I'm just I want to be a wrestler. Wrestling is what I want to do. And I just went to school for it.
Nice. So, you went to school for it, and then what was the game plan? It's okay, I'm going to go to school for it, and is your ultimate goal WWE, or is your ultimate goal just to, be a wrestler who doesn't have to work other jobs, or kind of what's the ultimate goal for wrestling wise?
Definitely when I started watching wrestling, and in the beginning of my journey, it was WWE or bust. But the more I've learned about everything, and the landscape has changed so much,
yeah.
I don't know where I want to end up. Just I guess whoever allows me to flourish, but also maintain my creative spirit and integrity of my character and stuff.
Right. But
I don't know. I guess the goal now is just I love what I'm doing with MLW and being independent and all that.
Yeah. So let's talk about MLW. So you started essentially backstage, then you were hosting, and now you're kind of one of the mainstays. So how did that progression happen?
Gradually. So I did start running the MLW social media, the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook interviews. After that, just backstage interviews, pre-tapes, and then eventually I had one with Joey Janela, and he caught my eye, and we had a little romance of sorts. And once I got everything I wanted out of that, I turned to MJF.
Yeah, I saw that. What made you make that decision? So for you guys who don't know, you have to watch Major League Wrestling. It's on YouTube. It drops every Monday, right? You have to see it because the storylines are quite interesting. So you decided to dump him in the middle of the ring after he lost.
Yes, I had a nice bottle nearby, so I just took it, smashed him over the head, and then kissed MJF right over Joey's body. So, but good news is Max and I have been good ever since. We're great. Things are really good in the dynasty.
So what's the game plan? So you have a new boo. What's the game plan as far as this ultimate takeover of MLW, or what do you want to do?
I like the sound of that for sure. My goal is to just make sure he's happy, take care of him, lot to take care of him. I guess like it would be good if the rest of the dynasty got gold.
Right.
Like Hammerstone has it, but I wouldn't mind seeing some tag championships maybe, or the middleweight championship coming back. Something like that would be nice.
Nice. So now we have, correct me if I'm wrong, we had Casey Lennox on a couple weeks ago, and there has been talk of as far as more of a women's division in MLW. Are you pushing for that? Because I mean, you've done it all. You did social media, you did backstage stuff. So I'm assuming you have somebody's ear. Not necessarily you make all the decisions, but you know, are the women who are part of that organization trying to push for that? Because I mean, it's kind of women everywhere for wrestling.
Yes. So Casey is one of the other females that we have. We also have Selena De La Renta. With the wrestling, so my match on MLW was myself and MJF versus Taya and Joey Ryan, and it was so fun. It was
Is that when you broke your arm?
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that after.
That was a rough one. But yeah, so that was the only intergender match on MLW. And I am definitely not opposed to seeing more of it. I believe it might have to do with the format of just how long the show is. But like you said, I don't make the decisions. I just know who does.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely something that I've spoken about endlessly to those people and have pushed for. I just don't know why it is like that.
Yeah.
I really wish it wasn't, because even if I'm not wrestling, I obviously like watching it. It was the first thing that drew me in.
Yeah, and Ty is amazing too. That was a great match.
It was so awesome wrestling her, because like when I first started watching stuff beyond like WWE, I saw her and I was like, I really want to wrestle her. She's so good. And then I did.
And so nice. We had both her and Johnny on. And she's Canadian, some fellow Canadian. So nice. But let's get back to that match, because another thing when you Google your name is you went to go and I guess uppercut or punch Joey Ryan in the junk, and you broke your arm. Joey Ryan, if you guys don't know, Joey Ryan's quite the character. I've seen him pull lollipops out of his shorts, etc., etc. Quite really great wrestler. You should look him up if you don't know who he is. But you did break your arm. We saw how that happened, but take us through what happened.
I love that comes up on Google for me.
It's like the second video, so that's a good thing. It's not the first one, it's the second video.
Cool. The first one is probably me taking a pile driver or something weird. Basically, the arm did the thing, you know,
okay. That's good.
I was going for an uppercut, like you said, and just it's the power, man, and that power mixed with a little bit of hypermobility syndrome. Yeah.
That's a good skill to have, because I think Alexa Bliss also has that too, and she's did that a few times.
I know she's hypermobile, but like the full name is called like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Basically, my whole body is like no collagen. Like I can stretch and flex any weird bendy way.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's an advantage. I mean, it can hurt, as you saw with my arm, but yeah.
So wait, did it actually? Because I'm assuming you've had this all your life. So did it actually hurt, or is it like one of those things where it's just it pops, but because there's no collagen, it doesn't stop you from like bending crazily? It does the opposite.
I mean, it kind of depends on the activities, really. Like,
okay,
I could be going to get off of something like right now and just like it would, or something. Yeah, like the other like the last set of tapings we had, I was with Hammerstone in the gym, and a producer had whispered in my ear to pick up one of the dumbbells and do my arm thing in front of Jim. I did, and Cornette like freaked out, like grabbed his chest, ran around this gym, like no idea.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's also like, okay, after you get over the hump, like, oh, she's okay, but this is also freaky. Yeah. It does a double thing there.
Yeah, it's like people like chain wrestling me, like when they first meet me or we're first like training together or something, like putting me in an arm wringer or something. They're like, ah, and I'm like, no.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
It's almost like impervious to submissions in a way.
Yeah.
It's like it really doesn't hurt bending
Oh, well,
anytime.
that's good. That's good for,
Yeah.
further along your career. So now you did go up against Taya. Who else would you like to have matches with?
Ooh, there's so many people, but like a lot of them getting signed up in a way. I would like to wrestle her again. I would like to wrestle Jordan Grace again. We had a match in Shine before. I think she's really
She
talented.
is, yeah.
I would like to wrestle Thunder Rosa. I know you guys were talking to her soon.
Yeah.
I think that they're so good. I would love to wrestle Evilise in a one-on-one match. We've
She's
had like a
awesome.
tag match before.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
Yeah, there's just so many. I wouldn't say they're just coming out of the woodworks, but I think just with the combination of social media and the promotions and where we are in this day and age, there's more platforms for us to see so many women.
Right.
Yeah, I think I was telling somebody we're approaching maybe like our 85th or 90th show, and I think we've only had 3 or 4 people become like second time on the show. So, and there's still a long list of, females that we want to get on the show. So there's just so many great females that are up and coming and have been there for a while. So definitely that's one thing. Is there anybody in WWE that you want to go up against? And it could be intergender, male, female.
For the longest time, I wanted to wrestle Mia Yim, and then she got signed up in a way, so there kind of went that. But yeah, I definitely would love to wrestle her. Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, like Charlotte is like the best in our business. I think like there's nobody as good as she is. Sasha has always been one of my favorites too. Would love to see her back.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's happening with that. That's an interesting situation. We'll see. Now your trainer was Jay Lethal, correct?
Yes.
So is there a single piece of advice that he gave you that you kind of take with you throughout your career?
Ooh, there's a lot. I guess just the biggest thing is to always be impactful with whatever we're doing, not like to really half-ass anything. Like if we're taking something, giving something, whether it be moves, promos, any and everything in between, just go for it 100%. So I think that that's been a really big thing that has been implemented in our training.
Yeah, I think promos, there's such a heavy emphasis on promos, especially people who do good promos. Because I think, if you rewind it 10 years ago, you had, we were just looking for great wrestlers. And now it seems like everybody's a great wrestler. And now what makes the difference is the promos. And you do really great promos. So I've, Google search. I was like, oh, okay, she got the talk. So I like that. Now, what are you going to say?
I love promos. I just have learned that over time, it's just as fun as the ring stuff.
It is. Now, you have quite an extensive sports background. What did you take from your sports life prior to wrestling into your wrestling life?
A lot, really. I mainly played soccer and was a cheerleader growing up. So a lot of that flexibility from cheerleading, a lot of the conditioning from soccer has helped me tremendously in the ring. I guess both just have helped me stay athletic ever since I was in 4th grade, probably.
Nice.
Yeah, those have helped. And with cheerleading, there's gymnastics to it. So I've been able to add splits and little bits of gymnastics to my move set and bend any type of way, really.
And now, ultimate goal, do you want to be in the middle of the ring or behind because you have experience in both sides. What's your kind of, if you can wave a magic wand, what would be the thing that you would do?
Oh, that's so hard. I guess I would have to say in the ring because that's just my first love. That's why I got into the business. As much as I love managing MJF and the dynasty and everything, I do love wrestling 10 million times more than I was managing. Managing is something I've found that I love, but wrestling is something I knew instantly that I loved.
Awesome. Oh, I like that. I like that answer. All right, so we're going to get into our rapid hot tags.
Okay.
We're getting right into it today. There's no drop today, y'all. Let's just get right into it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so here we go. Always early or always late?
Always late.
Last person you text?
MJF.
If you could listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So Wrong It's Right by All Time Low.
Okay. If you can have a superpower, what would it be?
The ability to control time.
Weekends or
always late.
That makes sense. Weekends or weekdays?
Weekdays.
Costume parties or pool parties?
Costume parties.
And if you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
Alfredo pizza.
Oh, I like that. That's good. All right. So where can people find you? Also, yeah, your social media is popping, by the way.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
So where can people find you? Because your pictures are off the hook.
Thank you so much. I have Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon. That's all the Aria Blake. It's just one word. Aria is Aria.
And now is that your? Because that's your real name, correct? Or no? Okay. That's like, did you name it after Arya Game of Thrones? Because the
I would say that had influence. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. All right. Cool. Just checking.
Yeah.
And then Major League Wrestling comes. What did you say?
It's also just been a name that I've liked for a very long time.
Uh-huh.
So I think like I read the Pretty Little Liar books
Mhm.
and might have seen it there. Yeah.
It is. I like that name. Now, where Major League Wrestling comes out every Monday at what time? Is there a drop time for YouTube?
Yes, it's right before Raw. It's at 7 on YouTube. And if you get beIN Sports in your cable package, it comes out on Saturdays.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I listen to you on like Xbox podcasts and stuff all the time. So this was
Oh
really
my
fun.
gosh, Tia, that was a while ago. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was definitely my entrance into the wrestling thing. But I definitely appreciate you coming on the show. Definitely gonna follow your career because you know I feel like if you could do promos, you're already out the gate. You're almost there. So definitely looking forward to more things and hopefully some more women's matches on MLW. We'll have to.
I'm gonna petition the crap out of them in July.
Yeah, we should make a hashtag or something.
We should.
Yeah, I think you know what.
Something creative.
Yeah, we're gonna think of something and we're gonna put it. We're gonna actually promote it on this show too, because they have great content. Why can't women do it too? Just saying.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Give matches.
Yeah,
opponents.
Just saying. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for listening to the show. You can follow us on everything at WPW Weekly on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Also, if you're listening to us on iTunes and Spotify, leave a comment. We want to hear what you hear, what you think of the show and other shows. If you want anybody else to be on the show, just DM us, tag us, email us, all that good stuff. Other than that, my name is TK Trinidad. You can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. Till next week, guys. Ciao.